So obviously a big focus in all of our lives over the past 48 hours has been Fallout 76. I'm going to have many more speculation videos coming over the next days and weeks, so if you want to subscribe, you can check those out. The next one I'm working on is which factions and creatures we can actually see in the game, and I want to go pretty in depth with this, a lot more in depth than some other people are. Even though Fallout 76 is probably going to be one of the main things at this E3, we know it's not all of it. On Twitter, someone asked Pete Hines, the Senior Vice President of Global Marketing and Communications at Bethesda, if there's going to be a surprise at E3. Especially considering the fact that so many leaks are coming out pertaining to base building, multiplayer, things like that. And if you haven't seen, I made a video covering all of those leaks, which I'll have linked in the eye right now. Pete Hines responds with far from it, implying that there is still going to be a ton of new stuff we haven't heard about coming out at this E3. This is immensely exciting. 2 weeks ago, nobody expected Fallout 76. There was no real leaks pertaining to this game, so it seems like Bethesda has done a good job at keeping things quiet. Obviously, a ton of leaks have come out following the release of the new teaser for the game, and many of us were actually expecting this teaser to be released at the time it was, but is this all Bethesda has to offer? And I'm going to go with no. So in this video, I want to speculate or kind of theorize what some of the other games we're going to be seeing at the E3 are. We are now much better equipped to make this video when compared to a couple of weeks ago because we didn't know what the main Bethesda Game Studios game would be or if there even was going to be one. So I think a major player in indicating what we should expect at this E3 will actually be Bethesda's 2015 E3 conference. That was the first year they had their own conference, and even though there are two more in between those, that being 2016 and of course 2017, 2015 was a bulky one. There was a lot of cool new releases, and of course it was the last time we saw a Bethesda Game Studios game. So far for this E3, we know of 3 things that will most definitely be announced because they have been confirmed already. A new Prey DLC, Rage 2, which again they have confirmed we're going to see more of Rage 2 at E3, and then of course Fallout 76. Compared to 2015's E3, we saw Doom, which is pretty comparable to Rage 2, let's just say that locks in that spot. We saw Battlecry, which of course is now a cancelled game. The Battlecry Studios was actually absorbed by Bethesda Game Studios to create Bethesda Game Studios Austin. That was a fully fledged game, so we don't really have much to compare to that one. We had Dishonored 2, nothing really to compare to that. An ESO expansion, so you could say the Prey DLC is similar to that. The Elder Scrolls Legends, which was a card game, so a more minor announcement and didn't take up as much time. Fallout 4, which you could just already match with Fallout 76, and then Fallout Shelter. Right away, I'd say it's a super safe and easy prediction to actually say we're going to see another mobile tandem game. In an interview, Todd Howard said they always plan to be working on a mobile game now because of the success they had with Fallout Shelter.
And I think we'll always have a mobile game in development.
And just even beyond that, it actually made them a lot of money. They release it at the same time at E3, so like their conference is on June 10th, maybe at the night of June 10th, we'll be able to download this new mobile game, Fallout 76 Shelter or something. I could speculate all day as to what it's going to be about, but maybe it's just going to be Fallout Shelter 2 or something that's fairly simple but still can be quite addicting and make them a lot of money through loot boxes. So this one might be a little bit crazy or out there, but I also think we're going to hear some news about Fallout 3 Anniversary Edition or Fallout 3 Remastered. I know a lot of people in their heads kind of ruled that out or at least forgot about that game with the announcement of Fallout 76, and it definitely would be somewhat of a conflict, but I truly just don't buy the idea that Bethesda is going to do nothing to celebrate Fallout 3's 10-year anniversary, which is coming this October. In addition, it's very likely that Fallout 76 will get a release date of November 13th, so my prediction is a soft remake of Fallout 3, just meaning it has a 64-bit engine, some updated graphics, and maybe mod support, but I say that even that's fairly unlikely. That gets released in early October, so that gives you a full 4 weeks, so hopefully there's not too much overlap between those two games. Alternatively, maybe right off the bat, we only see a Switch port. So Fallout 3 Anniversary is a Nintendo Switch exclusive for the next 6 months or something. Either way, my point stands, I think we're seeing something with Fallout 3. I do not believe that they're going to do nothing with it. Outside of that, there is a lot of time left over. In the past, Pete Hines said this is likely going to be one of their longest E3 conferences ever. And if we compare this to their 2015 E3 conference, they showed 4 AAA games at that one. This time around, we only really have 2 lined up if you don't include Fallout 3 Anniversary. As far as filler content goes, expect VR and Switch ports. We're definitely going to see those along the way. Maybe we'll finally get Fallout 4 on the Switch also, but that could kind of compete with Fallout 3 Anniversary on the Switch, so who knows how that'll play out. And I would say one of the other major games they released over the past few years, either The Evil Within, Wolfenstein, Dishonored even, something will get ported over to either the Switch or get a VR port, something like that. But then finally, I think there's something we don't know about yet. I think there's going to be another AAA game shown at this E3 to actually make it the longest and one of the biggest conferences thus far that Bethesda has yet to announce, and it's going to be a big surprise. Following the announcement of Fallout 76, there's going to be a ton of eyes on this E3 conference because there's literally hundreds of thousands of people who want to find out more details about this game. Is it going to be multiplayer? Is it going to have a ton of base building? Things like that. It's going to serve as a massive advertisement for whatever this unannounced AAA game is, at least that's what I speculate, in addition to all of these other things. Plus, I think it'd be kind of odd for Bethesda to only have 2 AAA games this year, that with just Rage 2 and Fallout 76. Time will tell, but those are my revised predictions for Bethesda's E3 conference. Again, we know for a fact they are showing more. We know for a fact there are unannounced titles coming. I would really love to hear some of your guys' take on this. Obviously, so many people are speculating, talking about what's going to be new and coming and what are the features of Fallout 76, but what about the other games? Do you personally think we're not going to see a Fallout 3 remaster? Do you think Bethesda will just do a nice post on Twitter as their kind of honorary 10-year anniversary? Or do you think we're going to see something game-wise? I think it's a big opportunity, and I think they're going to monetize that nostalgia effect personally. And also, as a follow-up question, do you think we're going to see a AAA game that we haven't heard of yet? Obviously, it won't be as big as a Fallout franchise, but maybe something coming earlier this year, like in September, or maybe even something coming in 2019 like Rage 2 is. We know Rage 2 is spring, so maybe a summer release for 2019 getting announced this summer. Either way, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. No psych fun fact. I like the triple uploads. It makes it hard to come up with 3 psych fun facts a day, but I just want to say a big thank you to all of you who have subscribed, follow me on Twitter, all of that. There's obviously been a massive surge of attention towards my channel with the announcement of Fallout 76, and there's going to hopefully be a ton of cool content coming. Again, as I've said in many videos, I'm going to E3, but not Bethesda's conference because that's like before E3, but I will be at the show floor. I'll go to Bethesda's booth, and hopefully there'll be some cool content coming from that in person. Obviously, pretty much every single series and type of video I have right now for Fallout 4 will be continued for Fallout 76, so you can look forward to that if that's what you're interested in. Either way, again, a huge thank you and shout out to everyone who's newly subscribed, and of course, those of you who subscribed before the fact. I've been waiting for this day because I know a lot of Fallout YouTubers kind of got their big break on the release of Fallout 4. I wasn't really making content then. I wasn't like one of the bigger or even a relevant YouTuber then. The 200 or so subscribers I had was all kind of gained in, I would call it, the off season of Fallout 4. Mostly the summer after its announcement and reveal, but now actually being able to participate in the announcement, reveal, and release of a new Fallout should hopefully be massive. Either way, thank you all for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you guys all in the coming videos, and there's going to be a lot of them, so stay tuned.